Okay, looks like I'm live. Bring that board over. Hi guys. Hey Nick. Have you got a guitar? Are you following with guitar? Oh, the sound is good? Great. All right, let's get this mic. Yeah, I just want to say to everyone, so far the sound quality of everything I've done has been terrible, to say the least. And it's very embarrassing because I don't know whether I should take all that stuff off, get proper mics, and do this properly. But because I realize that whenever I do this and I sing, that the singing cuts out the guitar. So I'm going to have to work out. I'm gonna clip on an acoustic mic on my guitar, and then you can get all the good things like the percussion. Remember, we learnt that percussion. You just hit that part of your thumb there, right? I would practice that as much as possible. It's going to be handy one day. And then for down here, you've got with your ring finger. All right, your ring finger does all the hitting. So while I'm strumming, I'm going, see? I'll do it like this. Now it's going to take you a while to get the hang of that, but this is going to be part of the fusion that you're learning. Flamenco, rock, and blues, okay? So yeah, so you've got this one. Percussion here. And then there's this one. So I'm going from one to the other. And then of course there's one more, and that is the flick of the finger, where you hit the wood, but then you follow through. It's much more versatile as well, because you can do taps before you play. So there's your percussion. So remember, we're gonna, with this most perfect system, because it incorporates color to music, the synesthetic system, the most perfect and easy way to learn the guitar, guys, automatically is going to make you a harmonist, a singer, a lyricist, a dancer, and a percussionist. You're probably only thinking, oh, yeah, this is all about music and guitar. Oh no, I'm going to teach you the skills. I'm already doing that as I go. To be a singer, a lyricist, how to write songs, to be a poet. You know, how to rhyme. You know, like for instance, you know, I got a song, I like to sing it all day long. You'd be surprised how many songs make the top 10 that are just, I got a song, gonna sing it all day long, or a love song, you know. I love you true, break my heart in two. You know what I mean? It's the same with the 3-chord wonders. You don't even have to use chords. You can just use the tonic. Right, I'll give you an example. I mean, yeah, you can. You can just stay on the tonic on any song, but it's going to be sort of like, you see, because when you go to another chord from the tonic, and in this case we're using G major, okay, we're in the G, and the G is the tonic, okay, because that's the key we're playing in. What was I going to say? Where was it going? Anyway, but oh yeah, that's where I was going. So I've already mentioned this in another show that when you're playing the tonic, you're at home. It's like you're driving on a straight road, no tension. Okay, so let's just drive on a straight road. So this is your home chord. Everything you do when you go up the neck, whatever notes you play, you should be landing on those 3 notes, D, G, and B, which make up the G chord, right? D, G, D, G, B, D. So open G. By the way, the other one that's easy is open A. So which means, yeah, it's either G or A. They're the most common, because you can't go open much more unless you start using a capo, right? And then what'll happen is if you go up too high without a capo, you can break the strings. These strings are designed only to have that much tension. You can only tune them down. See, this has been tuned down to a D. Well, it's not vibrating, but what'll happen is if I go down lower, this will vibrate on all the frets here, and because the strings, which are 66 centimeters long, very interesting, 66, they are designed to have this amount of tension. So you can only really play with open G, open A. You can go down to F, open F. I play when the levee breaks. So now it's in G, but really, what they did was they played it in G. But they actually, in the studio, they recorded it a whole key lower, down to F. So you see a lot of guitarists, they will tune this down, what is it now, D. They'll tune this down to a C to get the open F. And it sounds really nice and deep. It's a beautiful, beautiful open. But you can feel the string sort of just too loose. It's too loose. Really, realistically, the only keys, yeah, you can do F, But G and A are really that's what everybody's doing. All the blues guys, they either tuned up to A or they just kept it in G as the guitar is designed to be. All right, so now remember that I'm using a dot system, the pentatonic dot system, which is not what's the word I'm looking for? A very uranium word, since my Uranus is in my first house. Unconventional. Now, let me explain why I have the dot here on the 10th fret and not on the 9th fret, like all the guitars in the shops. Well, because then you won't be able to have your 5 chords. You won't be able to have red, yellow at the first dot, B flat, C, green, D, blue, and F, purple, violet. So, and this is indigo here, but that is not even the reason why all the guitars that have the dot here are wrong. They're wrong. Simple. Because if you have a dot here, that means you are going, this is called a minor triad. Remember, last week we learnt that that's a semitone. From here to here is a semitone. From one fret to the next is a semitone. This is a tone. All right? Now, when you get 2 tones, that's called a major triad, because you see now you've got a jump in the middle. You see? You've got bum, bum, and then there. And then you've got something in the middle. This is called a major triad. But see, when you put the dot here, right, now you've got a minor triad, because you've got a tone and a semitone. That is called a minor triad. This is a major triad. And that's the difference between a minor chord and a major chord. It's so simple. You just flatten the third. All right? So for instance, if that's your first note, then that'll be your second, that'll be your third. Well, that is a major triad. But this is a minor triad. So having the dot here gives you 2 minor triads, Let me just show you how wrong it is. I mean, it's common sense. I'll take this this dot off here. I just want you to understand that all right, so let me put the dot in the conventional spot. All right. So now do you see what's going on? Well, of course, this is the 12th fret. So let's just leave my finger there. All right, well, let's point it to there, okay? Now, what have you got? Back of my finger, you've got a minor triad, right? So from this dot or fret to this fret is a minor triad. That's a major triad. This is a minor triad. And then forward of that finger, you have another minor triad. Well, that you can't do that. It doesn't happen anywhere in any civilization, in any dimension, in any musical scale, ever in the history of history. You can't do this. You can't play notes. You can't play that. That's not music. That's not a scale. You can't play two minor. You can if you're doing jazz and the melody. That's the melody. Of course you can. You can do that, but you can't. You won't be able to do everything on the guitar at all, unless you remove that dot, get it out of there, and put it on the 10th fret. So let's just do that right now. So once and for all, why can't the dot be on the 9th fret, which is convention? Why? Because when you go back to the G here at the 12th fret, behind you have a minor triad, right? Which means a whole tone and a semitone. See, there's a tone there and there's a semitone there. That's a minor triad. And then in front of my finger, there's another minor triad. That doesn't happen anywhere. Two minor triads. Well, let's see what it would sound like. That's what it would sound like. It sounds shit. Whereas so you see, the first jump is a minor triad. See, this is why they call this the G minor pentatonic setup. Let me get rid of that dot, man, because that's a naughty dot. He's a naughty boy. He's not a good boy at all. Not playing by the rules. He's being conventional, but you know, we're not conventional. You guys may be thinking this is a bit brutal of a way to play with the guitar. And it is. I'm not saying it isn't, but so let me put the dot back where it should be. And please make sure you have your dot there, because now what do we have? Well, let me show you. All right. Now what we've got is we've got 5 major pentatonic scales to play with. The root, the tonic, the flattened third, which again is the minor, right? So that's why it's called G minor pentatonic. So we flatten, that's the second, that's the third, we flatten the third, right? Right. The fourth, the fifth, the flattened seventh. Now we've got 5 chords. So let me show you the magic of these 5 dots. Whatever you do, you can't go wrong with those 5 positions. You can't go wrong. You can make any. I'm just going to make something up, all right? I'm just going to keep going to those dots, right? And what is more, I'm going to show you the magic of these 5 dots and how all the slide guitar players, as far as I know, they knew where to go. I'll give you an example. One of the favorite Led Zeppelin songs, When the Levee Breaks, okay, which I played before, right? So let's pay attention to the dots. Pay attention to the dots. So we've got the yellow chakra. All right, now watch what he does here. So he's gone and to there. I'll explain why later. There's no dots there, so you're probably thinking, oh, wait a minute, that's not even where the 9th fret is. That's the 8th fret. This is something altogether different. Okay, just relax for a moment. So we know that he goes to the 10th fret, right? Then he goes that's probably one of the most famous slide guitar super rock and roll songs in the history of history. But whatever you do, don't go and start playing with Jimmy Page, because remember, they tuned it down to F. So you're going to have to, if you're going to play with the recorded version, which is a pain in the butt, because I need about 10 different guitars here in all different tunings. I need open F, open G, open A for a start. I've got standard tuning, I've got other tunings. But anyway, yeah, whatever you do, don't go away after this lesson and go, all right, when the levee breaks, press that button and then go. Because it's going to be tuned down to F, okay? And you'll be going, huh? What the? All right. One more thing that I want to do, I've got to keep tidying up the technical stuff that you're learning as well. Okay, so you know that not every song is written in the key of G. So you're probably thinking, oh, gee, man, all my favorite songs are in the key of C. So I can't play them. No, you transpose them. So you bring all your favorite songs that are not in the key of G, you bring them to the key of G. Simple. Simple. So how do we do that? Well, let's have a look at C. So in the key of G, I could probably just stay seated, right? Oh yeah, rock and roll. All right. So in the key of G,